Then I'll be happy." Even before they retired, and certainly after, they started becoming religious and going to church. Have you ever noticed how many old people occupy the pews in a church? I asked them why they were now going to church. They told me, "Because when I die, then I'll be happy." For those who believe that when I get this, then I'll be happy, their happiness will be just a dream in the future. It will be like a rainbow 1 or 2 steps ahead, but forever just out of reach. They will never in their life or after realize happiness. The Mexican Fisherman. In a quiet Mexican fishing village, an American on vacation was watching a local fisherman unload his morning catch. The American, a successful professor at a prestigious US business school, couldn't resist giving the Mexican fisherman a little bit of free advice. "Hey," began the American, "why are you finishing so early?" "Since I have caught enough fish, senor," replied the genial Mexican, "enough to feed my family and a little extra to sell. Now I will take some lunch with my wife, and after a little siesta in the afternoon I will play with my children. Then after dinner I will go to the cantina, drink a little tequila, and play some guitar with my friends. It is enough for me, senor." "Listen to me, my friend," said the business professor. "If you stay out at sea until late afternoon, you will easily catch twice as much fish. You can sell the extra, save up the money, and in 6 months, maybe 9, you'll be able to buy a bigger and better boat and hire some crew. Then you'll be able to catch 4 times as many fish. Think of the extra money you will make. In another year or 2, you'll have the capital to buy a second fishing boat and hire another crew. If you follow this business plan, in 6 or 7 years, you will be the proud owner of a large fishing fleet. Just imagine that. Then you should move your head office to Mexico City or even to LA. After only 3 or 4 years in LA, you float your company on the stock market, giving yourself, as CEO, a generous salary package with substantial share options. In a few more years, listen to this, you initiate a company share buyback scheme which will make you a multi-millionaire. Guaranteed. I'm a well-known professor at a US business school. I know these things." The Mexican fisherman listened thoughtfully at what the animated American had to say. When the professor had finished, the Mexican asked him, "But, Senor Professor, what will I do with so many millions of dollars?" Surprisingly, the American professor hadn't thought the business plan through that far, so he quickly figured out what a person would do with millions of dollars. "Amigo, with all that dough you can retire. Yeah, retire for life. You can buy a little villa in a picturesque fishing village like this one and purchase a small boat for going fishing in the morning. You can have lunch with your wife every day and a siesta afterwards with nothing to worry you. In the afternoon you can spend quality time with your kids, and after dinner in the evening play guitar with your friends in the cantina drinking tequila. Yeah, with all that money, my friend, you can retire and take it easy." "But, Senor Professor, I do all that already." Why do we believe that we have to work so hard and get rich first before we can find contentment? When all my wishes were fulfilled. In my tradition, monks aren't allowed to accept, own, or handle any money, whatever its kind. We are so poor that we mess up government statistics. We live frugally on the unsolicited, simple gifts from our lay supporters. However, infrequently, we may be offered something special. I had helped a Thai man with a personal problem. Out of gratitude, he said to me, "Sir, I would like to give you something for your personal use. What can I get you for the amount of 500 baht? It was usual to quote the amount when making such an offering to avoid any misunderstanding. Since I couldn't think what I wanted straight away, and he was in a hurry, we agreed that I could tell him the next day when he returned. Before this occurred, I was a happy little monk. Now I started to contemplate what I wanted. I made a list. The list grew. Soon 500 baht wasn't enough. But it was so difficult to take anything off the list. Wants had appeared out of nowhere and solidified into absolute necessities. And the list kept growing. Now 5,000 baht wasn't sufficient. Seeing what was happening, I threw my wish list away. The next day I told my benefactor to give the 500 baht to the monastery building fund or to some other good cause. I didn't want it. What I wanted most of all was to regain the rare contentment I had had the day before. When I had no money nor the means to get anything, that was the time when all my wishes were fulfilled. Wanting has no end to it. Even 1 billion baht isn't enough, nor $1 billion. But freedom from wanting has an end. It is when you want for nothing. Contentment is the only time you have enough.